I'm Alice Bullen. I was involved with the first Philburg Craft Festival. I initiated the first interest with the Vancouver Foundation about this property. The Vancouver Foundation, from the Robert and Florence Philburg Fund, gave over $1 million to acquire and develop this property. And that fund came about because Mr. Philburg left this land to the Vancouver Foundation and $11 million. And the $11 million interest created the Robert and Florence Philburg Fund.
Well, the goal was we realized that we were going to have to find money. Town wasn't going to give us money. We were going to have to find money to keep the place up because we knew from experience that it was getting quite old. Well, the original committee were a bunch of, I would say, a lot of business people like Bob McPhee from Central Builders. I think that probably Alice looked for people who might help financially too, you know, which was wise. And of course there were grants available in those days. And we weren't a heritage designation right at the beginning, but we did, I'm sure we did get quite a lot of help.
So I wrote a letter to all the auxiliaries, to hospitals, the service clubs. Every one of them said it could be used for an outdoor craft fair. So that laid the seed, and it was the cultural committee that began the action to put a festival together. The board of the Philburg Association made a motion and said that we should find local craft people who were well established in their art, potters, stained glass woodworkers, weavers, painting.
I think we realized we've got so much talent in the local area. We didn't need to go farther afield. The guest artists, that has been a big thing. We have had guest artists who carved in jade. Beautiful tooled leather too is another thing, as well as, I mean, the pottery has really been incredible.
Hi, my name's Gordon Hutchins, and I've been doing the Philburg Festival for many years, since, I guess, the second year of the festival. It's been an amazing event, and I've always loved it. Figuring out how to maintain something like this, you got to look at, paying the bills. What can we do? And the festival, setting up the Philburg Festival was, I think, a brilliant idea.
The first year, I think there were probably about 3,000 people went through the gate. We realized we'd really got onto something which would make money, and it just grew like topsy. Oh, we used to do our posters up, and Joe and I would go down, drive down the island, and we'd put them in every place we could think of. We put them on the ferries to Vancouver, marinas and hotels. And it was word of mouth too, I think. The craftspeople themselves did a lot of advertising for us in a quiet way.
Jane Howard became our festival coordinator, and she moved us from being a local festival to a provincial one. She recommended bringing in music, bringing in things for children to do, and charging a little more at the gate, and paying for musicians to be here.
they've had amazing musicians here over the years, you know, and that's a huge draw here. I mean, the art part of it is part of it, but it's that combination that people come for.
And the music, they come in their favorite band year after year, and they race in here to get their seat. And all of that together is a great feeling that I think makes it happen. And if these elements weren't here, you know, the pie wouldn't be as sweet.
Delicious.
A great deal of credit to volunteers. The first festival was 95% volunteers, and the role of the volunteers continues to play a tremendous important role.
There are volunteers that help in the entertainment, parking, cleaning. There's all the security, all the signs, postage, advertising that has to go up on the town's properties around the communities.
We couldn't manage without them. We definitely couldn't. They're working 2 or 3 weeks before, doing odd things, and then the cleanup afterwards.
And they're always very helpful, very cheerful, very happy to be here.
It works great for the community, great for the artists, great for maintaining an incredible heritage site.
It's the beauty of the site and the excellence of the crafts and the music and the volunteers. I must say, 30 years later, the trees are bigger.